So a couple days ago, Linus Tech Tip's YouTube channel was hacked, and the bad actors deleted a bunch of his videos. You know, he's got 15 million plus subscribers to his YouTube channel, and several, probably hundreds of videos. I'm going to explain how the bad actors did this and how to prevent this. This hack happened because of laziness. So we've all seen these pop-ups when we log into our email, Microsoft email, Facebook does it, and several other sites want to set a cookie so that cookie can be read when you're browsing the internet. And it's just another way of tracking you. Before, probably about 6 months ago, this pop-up never happened. And this is the stupidest fucking thing any company, especially an internet email host or a social media provider, could do. This is one of the things that allowed the bad actors to grab the session cookies or session keys from that compromised machine at Linus Tech Tips. And the second thing that allowed this incident to happen is saving your passwords in the password manager of your browser. One of the most insecure technologies on your computer is your browser. And you're putting your credit card number in there and saving it. You're putting your passwords in there and saving it. And you trust these companies. So you trust Microsoft with their Edge browser, and you trust Google with their Chrome browser, and Firefox with their Firefox browser. And, you know, when your passwords are hashed in something like MD5, that can be broken in a matter of seconds. But of course, Google is also at fault, because Linus Tech Tips probably logs in from the same static IP in Canada that they have for years, and then all of a sudden they get a request to log in from, say, Russia or China or freaking Croatia or someplace, wherever the hackers were. That should have raised a red flag on Google servers, and they should have been forced to re-authenticate via password and two-factor authentication. Since this IP has never been seen being used by Linus Tech Tips before, it should have been a red flag at Google. So how do you prevent your cookies from being stolen, or your session keys being stolen? Quite easy. You clear your browser history when you close your browser. You don't save your passwords in the password manager. You memorize them. The computer got infected by, it's called a spy red line, which is basically malware that you can buy on the black market, dark web, malware as a service type of thing. And it was embedded in a malicious PDF. I get phishing emails all the time. Like, this one has a PDF attached. These don't even see my inbox. I don't open these emails. The pictures on these are blocked. So sometimes they embed pictures in these emails to track whether you opened it or not. Well, it doesn't even display the pictures. I just report it as spam, and then it gets permanently deleted. Another way to prevent getting an email virus is don't use Microsoft Outlook. I use the web-based email only. In some instances, you don't even need to open the file to get infected when running Microsoft Outlook. So you should be running in a private window, blocking third-party cookies, clearing your cookies when you close your browser automatically. But there is a lot of other metadata left over when you are browsing the internet. One utility that I use on all my machines is called Bleachbit. Hillary Clinton used it to cover her tracks on her email server. Hillary's email admins deleted all of the incriminating emails, compacted the database, and then over at the slack space or the blank space on the hard drive to cover up her tracks and makes files irrecoverable. Another way to help prevent these breaches or compromising a machine is ensure your Windows is updated. Also ensure that third-party apps are also running the latest and greatest versions, because all it takes is one app, one patch that isn't installed, one vulnerability to allow someone access to your machine. Also, ensure that your browser is running the latest version. New versions of browsers come out probably every week due to vulnerabilities found in them. Microsoft Edge is now based off of Chrome. Another way to help mitigate vulnerabilities on your machine is lock them down. I have a PowerShell script called Take Back Your Privacy from Windows 10. I also made a script for Windows 11. You can see that at the link below at my GitHub page. There's also a utility called O&O Shutup, which basically does the same thing as my PowerShell script, but this is an executable, which, I don't know if anything goes on in the background because you can't see the source code for this. It is free, but it is not open source, so you can't review the source code. So also having a reputable antivirus with virtualization of unsigned, untrusted executables. That my antivirus that I use, Komodo Internet Security, would not even have allowed that executable to run on a machine, because that executable that was downloaded from that PDF is an untrusted executable. It's not signed by Microsoft or Norton or anybody else, any legitimate certificate authority, and it would have just been quarantined. So it would have never damaged my machine anyway. Secondly, Google should have caught this, because Linus Tech Tips uses Google email as their email provider, from what I can tell, with their MX records. And Google scans everything in your inbox anyway, so they should have caught this PDF that's infected. And last but not least, sign the fuck out of your accounts when you're finished using them. Do not save your passwords. Clear your browser histories and your cookies. Common sense.